It's a video game. And Jason Momoa, he's the gamer. Vin Diesel is the enemy. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of Fast X. You don't even have to change the name for the porno. That's right, Fast X is the 10th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise. You guys know that I've kind of, after 7, after Paul Walker, I'm just kind of done. Just kind of done with this franchise, but I still will see it and hopefully be at least, somewhat entertained when it comes to these movies. Obviously, there's no introduction that needs to be said when it comes to this movie. When it comes to Fast and Furious, we know who it stars, and obviously the director changed about a few weeks into the film. I wonder why.
What do you think, Justin?
Week 1, just finished week 1.
How does it feel?
Feels like the beginning of an epic ending.
But anyways, Fast X, how did I feel about it? This movie sucks, but thank God for Jason Momoa. Let's talk about the good. Talk about the good first, which, yes, I'll lead off with Jason Momoa. And I was kind of curious when watching the trailers. Well, the thing is like, they didn't just release trailers. They released little short films when it came to the marketing. No, 2-minute, 2.5-minute trailers, like full-on 4.5, 5-minute freaking trailers, which is just absolutely crazy and ridiculous. But hey, it's Fast and Furious. Why wouldn't they do that? Go big or go home, ride or die, as they say. But I wasn't sure. I was like, am I gonna like Jason Momoa's character? But you know what? To be honest, he looked like he was having a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that he's saying. There's one in particular scene that is very deranged, and I know a lot of people are going, man, he's like doing Joker, and I'm like, yeah, I could kind of see it. He has a little Joker vibe, but at the same time, and why I say like this whole universe is a video game. Well, first off, it is a video game because remember, it started where Letty at one point was just like this, little hot badass girl who was just racing on the streets, who was Dom's love interest, and now all of a sudden she's fighting Charlize Theron in a super advanced prison medical center where there's like anyways, I'm just saying. But Jason Momoa does make cracks at the fact of barbecues, and he just makes the cracks at the tropes that have happened when it comes to the Fast and Furious franchise. So I just thought he was having a great time with it. I'm kind of curious how much of the dialogue was him improvising, because he just had a lot of mannerisms that I was really digging, and he's frightening. Again, I've always said Jason Momoa has that happy, I'm a big teddy bear face, but then all of a sudden you see that mean face and you shit yourself. John Cena! Goofy John Cena is back, because remember in the last movie he was like a cold-blooded villain, and then of course he's Dom's brother and everything, and they got all that backstory, which was interesting, but then he was pretty serious. But in this one, back to Goofy John Cena. But to be honest, I like Goofy John Cena, and when he shows up, you don't know exactly. I actually forgot. I totally forgot. I was like, oh yeah, John Cena's part of this, duh. And when he showed up, I liked where he showed up. It was pretty badass, to be honest. Yes, it's extreme and whatever the hell. But, and then, of course, he gets, goofy. I know that's going to rub some people the wrong way. But at the same time, I thought, for what he had to do in the movie, I thought he was very likable. And, he does something, I'll do a spoiler review. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. But he does something to it. I was like, okay, so John Cena. Really enjoyed that. Chases in the fights. Hey, they're entertaining. I could say that, okay? Even though I'm over where this franchise is. It gets ridiculous. Yeah, sometimes you go, what? Even though I know what I'm getting into, there's still times I go, what the I just still do that whole hand thing where I go, really? I do that whole thing. But it's still entertaining. It's still kind of cool. The editing, though, is really bad. In some instances, when it comes to action sequences, it's bad. It's very shoddy and weird, and I don't know. It's just, but for the most part, I was entertained by the action sequences and the fight sequences, so there's that. And that's it! This movie sucks! Other than that, this movie sucks in my opinion. Of course, it's not for me. I get it. The people who are all in on this, go for it. This is for you. It's fine, and I could still find some enjoyment on it, like I said. And I'm just saying, the whole concept, I do like the story concept concept that they go back to Fast 5 and they talk about, you know, Reyes. And then, of course, obviously we have Jason Momoa's character, Dante, who's his son. I like how they did that. That's pretty cool because you get a little flashback and, hey, you actually get some Paul Walker in there. And then, yeah, so I kind of like that aspect of it. But everything else, no. Everything else, the script is horrible. The dialogue is so bad, and every time they try to have serious scenes, again, if you want to do a drinking game when it comes to how many times they say family, you will be drunk 2/3 into this movie. All the serious scenes are, you know, bad. Vin Diesel tries his very best to summon tears and be dramatic. It just doesn't really work because it seems like his voice is just gritting. It's harder to understand Vin Diesel the older he gets. Tyrese is still annoying as shit as Roman, you know, and it's sad because, you know, I was okay with his character in Too Fast, Too Furious. Okay, but then now he's annoying as all hell, and even still, and the whole thing back and forth with Ludacris's character, where they just go back and forth, that is so played out and old. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And they amplify it in here. And it was so annoying. And then it got her, and I forgot what her name is, the girl with the accent. I totally draw on a blank. And then, of course, Han. They have like a little subplot thing that they do, and to be honest, it just sets things up for the future. That's all they do. There's like there's not really that much use to them. I mean, I get, like, you know, when it comes to a certain thing, but then it's mainly setting it up for the sequels. There's a lot of setup. There's a lot of just like, hey, you'll see where this ends up in the future. There's a lot of that happens in this movie. Charlize Theron, whatever. I mean, it's fine. Then you got Brie Larson, Alan Ritchson. I mean, like, yeah, but the thing with Alan Ritchson, whatever the heck his name is, something that happens with him that's, I can kind of see it coming from a mile away. She was all right, but like I said, there's just sometimes with the action sequences, it was just so bad, and the dialogue was just. Sometimes I was like, "What are they even talking about?" Oh, it's just so bad. It's just so bad. It was just bad when it came to that, and you know, like I said, it gets ridiculous, but you accept it. I mean, the whole final showdown, the final little. And it does leave on a cliffhanger, you know. I won't say exactly what it was, but I was like, but it's not a good. The way that they left it as a cliffhanger was even bad. I mean, this movie was written by AI, I think, because there's so much tropes of the tropes of the tropes, and then the way that they ended it, it just was like, wait a minute, that's how this. Really? I mean, I'll be there for Fast 11. What the hell they're going to call that movie? Fast 11, I guess. Who knows? I'll be there and I'll watch it because I want to see like exactly where this goes. Sure, it's got me enough to do that. But yeah, the way it was just... again, bad editing, bad dialogue, bad story, kind of, I guess. The story was okay, but I don't know. There's just a lot of things that were... just bad, and it was just, they felt like it was just, and I'm sure the sequels I don't know if they're going to get any better, but thank God, again, for Jason Momoa. He's the one that made me actually enjoy it. Anytime he was on the screen, he stole it. He was there. He was chewing up the screen, and I thought, okay, more Momoa. Please, more Momoa. There you have it, guys. Like I said, I'm going to do a spoiler review, too, so expect that probably tomorrow. I'll do a spoiler, because there is things to talk about when it comes to spoilers, which... one's cool, one's ridiculous, and then, of course, other things to talk about with the story. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about it down below. What did you think of Fast X? Let me know down below in the balls area. Hit that like, thumbs up. Do all that. Subscribe to the channel. Everything. You guys know what to do. Follow me on all the sock meds that are around me. All right, family. Talk to you later.